everybody.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's NFC divisional round matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Seattle. Tyler Lockett now with the return. Look at the spin. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Russell Wilson coming out to lead Seattle, who now has a strange tie on their resume. 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie after that game with the Cardinals in Week 7. In that affair, Wilson, 24-37, 225 yards.
And the numbers don't look that bad, but a lot of that was made up late in the game and in overtime. He and the offense, they were just never in sync the entire time against Arizona, partly due to the injuries that he has. He can't run the ball with the same authority as in the past.
Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. On 2nd down, here's Wilson surveying the field. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
K'Wan Short came out of Purdue as one of the top-rated defensive tackle prospects. Now he's one of the top-rated NFL players.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Fresh off his bye week, here comes Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers on offense, and they needed a bye week. I mean, at 1-5, they pretty much need to run the table. Not that drastic, but they need to win all but maybe a couple games the rest of the way to have a chance at the playoffs.
I think the way they're looking at it is, of course, the typical 1 game at a time. But you're exactly right. They have to build that momentum and put together a heck of a streak because they need to put some pressure on Atlanta, who's leading the pack in the NFC South. But remember, it's just a few seasons ago that Carolina won this division at 7-8-1.
That's right.
So if they can put together a run, they might still be in it.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
The
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out. And
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching. And went up to try and catch a pass. Poof. I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Midfield now. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Room here to run. 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO. And now we are ready to resume play. first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. He knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, track, so he's a mobile guy.
Mobile guy, made a nice play against the run.
On second down, Wilson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And Hauschka happy to see that one go, especially coming off that tough game against Arizona where he missed the gimme 27-yarder in overtime that would have gotten him the win.
And he is usually automatic in those situations. And what I liked after the game was hearing his head coach, Pete Carroll, place no blame on him for that one. He talked about how many big kicks Hauschka has made for his team over the years, and he expected many more to come.
We feel you, Steven. We're all getting used to that new kick meter in Madden. Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Newton on first down. And that's incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. And that'll bring up second down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air. Newton on second down. And Olsen over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. So third down, just 1 yard to go. Newton Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. A dump off here to Stewart. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. First down, it's Newton. Seven yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. Both the Seahawks and the Panthers are mucking it up a bit on defense. Neither offense can get going, and so it may end up as a defensive battle for 4 quarters. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. 1st and 10. Michaels targeted coming across the middle, and he'll be tackled at the 1-yard line. They would go on to kick a field goal and put 3 points on the board. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now a first down throw for Newton. It's caught right side, Dixon, and he's brought down.
Holding, offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
This will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his fullback, Mike Tolbert, and now it's second down. Okay, with 7 weeks in the books. Let's take a deeper dive into the MVP race. At the top, you got the David Johnsons, Matt Ryan's, yeah, but what about dark horses?
Matt Stafford, Detroit quarterback. Derek Carr, Oakland quarterback. Phillip Rivers, San Diego quarterback. And what if Miami gets on a roll? Jay Ajayi, their running back's gone back-to-back weeks of over 200 yards.
And one of only 4 players to do that in NFL history. A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Play fake here on 1st down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be a Carolina 1st. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Play action here on 1st down. And this one brought in by a man who missed all of last year, Calvin Benjamin. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So we've got a 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And the inaugural carry here for Fonzie Whitaker. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but his second field goal makes this now a 6-3 score.
And this would be the definition of winning ugly. Now you need to continue to ride your defense and hope that you can make this fourth quarter lead stand up.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. We get a look at the Carolina defense as they work their way into position. They've got a situation where a field goal ties it. How do you defend this? Because you obviously don't want to give up the touchdown. How aggressive do you get?
That's always the key, isn't it? Where is the line on aggressiveness to over-aggressiveness? And I think most coordinators are looking at it like run your regular defense, add some pressure packages, because really the 35-yard line is the one you really want to defend. At that point, you're thinking you're probably giving up 3. Anything outside of that, you feel like you've got a chance to hold them.
So they'll be in search of the proper amount of pressure. They'll look to throw. Finding time. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Back to throw. He finds his man, Baldwin. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. So 2nd and 10 here.
Chinese Ringo. Chinese on Ringo. Chinese on Ringo. Alert.
He's back to throw. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Stephen Hauschka for the point after. he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. We focus our attention on the Seahawks defense now. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved, but they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Back to throw. He's got time. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Newton to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. One last throw here for Newton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. That'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And on 2nd and 10 now. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.